Hello, good people. I hope that you are doing well. My name is Kamara, and I definitely want to talk about the Deliverance movie that I seen on Netflix. I just want to give a disclaimer. Um, because of the amount of chaos, and I know a lot of people are used to scary movies, but I do not encourage you to watch it. I looked at all of the TikToks, and if you are suffering with mental health, I really don't encourage you to watch it, okay? Um, First of all, this story is based on a real story. It's with Latoya Ammons, and I'm also reading some notes here on her family. They actually lived in a haunted house, um, and it had a lot of unsettling incidents. So, for example, her 9-year-old boy, let me just walk back a little bit. So, first of all, when you see the movie and you see the trailer, you're like, oh, this is probably like a normal Christian movie. I do not think that it's like it was Christian based. It is based on deliverance. But even towards the end of the movie, the minister even got knocked out because of so much spiritual warfare, and she was actually unalive. So you have Latoya Ammons. She starts living in this house, and the first indicator that something was wrong is that there was a stench in the basement. And you see a black cat at the bottom. They didn't have enough money for the cat. They didn't have enough money to pay the person to get the cat out. So the son had to go upstairs and get some money from a stash that he had and give it. So that's an indicator of poverty. The second thing is that generational curses. There were it's the grandmother who was going through chemotherapy, and she was also, like sleeping with the person who was giving her vitals. And then the second thing is that the daughter. So the daughter who had the three kids, you can tell that the grandmother and the daughter, there was a lot of, physical abuse, verbal and mental abuse. The grandmother, as you can tell that she's about to get up out of here, she's about to bounce because she's very sick. She is just telling her daughter, don't make the same mistakes that she did, but she does not acknowledge that she hurt her daughter. Um, you can tell it's just a lot of chaotic family dynamics that go on there. Another thing is that there were just a lot of open doors. And we're looking at this from, you can say, spiritual lens, but I even want to take it back to a natural lens. The grandmother had issues with her health. Now the daughter's having drinking issues, and now the kids, it's just chaos. Talking about, even the son pushing his mother, the mother getting into a fight with her kids. She's beating her kids. It's just crazy. She was a drunkard. There's even a scene in the movie where they have a big old house party. It's supposed to be for the little girl. And I hate that these kids are, I would say, mute because when you go through that much abuse, it kind of silences you a little bit. But now it was supposed to be for the little girl, and the mother ends up bringing all these people upstairs, doing whatever. And then, of course, the kids are in the house. So it's just a lot of dysfunction that's going on. I really think that, especially for Black families, it highlights when things are not taken care of at the root, it'll just continue to spill over. And then we just talk about the psychological trauma. So the three kids, because there is so much spiritual warfare, they have to be admitted to the insane asylum. Let me tell you why. Because to the natural eye, people will say they have went crazy, they have went mad. But in actuality, there is just so much spiritual warfare that is now on the inside of them that is how basically they're manifesting. So they get admitted into the insane asylum. And oh my gosh, let me just back up a little bit. The 9-year-old little boy, he ends up throwing feces on his teacher. The little girl, she comes on her period, but it's in a very strange way. She just taps her teacher and says, listen, I'm on my period, begins to whisper, and then boom, she just drops it on the floor. And then number three, the other son, I believe it's the middle son, started laughing just hysterically about a serious story, which is also another sign when it comes to, okay, when people ask what is wrong with somebody, you have to go to the root of it, right? So now they're in the insane asylum, and it gets even worse. So the mother she contacts, you can call her the minister, the apostle. Now she was outside the house. Just another note. Monique, she played that social worker. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got their opinion, but Monique played that social worker. I was like, dog, she did that. Anyway, so then you can tell just the apostles like, oh yeah, I can definitely, help with this situation. Another family went through the same thing. Y'all, she started basically trying to cast everything out. Them things got a hold of her and unalived her. Okay. Another thing is that again, I do not recommend you watch it because it is scary. It is scary. I don't even watch scary movies, but I really think that this could be a preview of this is my opinion. Okay. This could be a preview on what a lot of families are going through. And maybe it hasn't manifested right now, but it could manifest a couple months or some years down the line. I don't know. But usually it's just almost like The Simpsons. Just, like when they would foretell things, it's like, oh my gosh. So I just encourage everybody, if you are definitely seeing like just different patterns in your bloodline, you want to address them. You want to find out the root cause of them. But this is not a movie for the weak. I've seen those TikToks. I've seen some of y'all on TikTok. If you struggle with mental health, don't watch it. I don't encourage you to watch it at all. But yeah, Deliverance on Netflix. This is my movie review, and depending on how much traction I get from this, I might start doing some more. So that is it. Talk to you later.